all so much for coming. This is the Connecting Communities Through Song concert. And we've never done anything like it, and we're real excited, and we're excited to share it with you all. I actually prepared, I don't normally do this, but I wrote something down. Just so. When I was dreaming up this concert, I had the idea that I wanted to do something explicit in the face of the current political climate that would reflect the joy of being part of a multicultural community. Our beautiful city is full of every kind of food, every kind of grocery store, every kind of music, every faith, every language, every fashion sense. Even every holiday is celebrated in some corner of the city. We are so lucky to live in this place amongst all these riches. And I believe there is a debt of gratitude owed to those who, often under very difficult circumstances, have had the courage to uproot their lives and relocate, bringing their culture and music and cuisine and good humor and, well, they're upstairs. But I'm going to have the Iranian community show you their unusual way of snapping their fingers that we've learned. And I myself am only here because of the bravery of my great-grandparents, who on the Russian Jewish side fled persecution, on the Irish side fled famine, to eventually result in my being here with you all, and I'm sure you all have stories that are similar to that. So when these beloved members of our community are being sent this message from our government that sounds nothing like a gratitude, tonight we're hoping to send a different message. Tonight is for joy and connection and community and sharing songs, food, stories, and for us to all have a sense of belonging here. For indeed, we are better together. So we have all these fabulous collaborating communities with us tonight. Behind me is the Singing in the Rain Family Choir. That's our own neighborhood group. Now in our 21st season. But I'm so excited to bring up our first community all the way, well, let's see, they're all over, but it's from Venezuela, Tumbarrancho, Venezuela, and here they come, Amelia Breznau.
Our first song is called La Luna, the moon. It talks about the moon and the love for somebody and how much belonging you have to each other, how you miss each other when you're away, how we share dreams and disappointments, but we stick together. La Luna. Yes? Okay.
Cuando no salga la luna, cuando no canten los gallos, yo te daré mi canto y mi canto será un cielo estrellado. Yo te daré mi canto será un cielo estrellado.
Negrito, cuando tú te vayas de aquí, recuerda la lejanía. Our next song is called Maracaibera. It translates woman from Maracaibo, which is one of the main cities in Venezuela. The song, again, we Venezuelans are all about love and friendship and, I don't know, being romantic. This is a romance song to somebody longing for his woman from Maracaibo. We are going to share with you just a really fast story, how we came together. We all are from different regions of Venezuela. Some of us have been here for over 20 years, others 5, 6 years, others are more recent. And we thought like our stories are all different, but all kind of like put us together in this road, in this journey. The journey started 2 years ago when some of us thought like, okay, so it's time to celebrate Christmas the way we used to. Venezuela's culture is all about family, friendship. If I know you today, you will come to my house and have dinner tonight. If I like you, I just invite you in. And Christmas is like that. So we had a special rhythm, some rhythms that are only sung in Christmas, and the party starts in December 1st, and it goes all the way to January. That's how crazy we are. And you really kind of like, you have the energy to go and party Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on. But
that longing that we had brought us together in 2003. We started rehearsing, and it was like, it's a gathering, I would call it a gathering of friends, new friends, old friends, and new family to kind of bring into your heart. We have all been singing together now since 2003. It's like 2 years and some more. And when we received the invitation from Sari and Singing in the Rain choral family, we want to say from the bottom of our heart, we are honored and excited to be singing with you. These moments, like you said, the political moments that we're living, it is really special to be singing with you here. One of the things that I can tell you from the person that actually brought me into music many, many years ago, I'm not going to tell you how long because, it ages me. She said something that has resonated with me, and part of the reason we're doing this, if I sing with you, I cannot fight with you. And that will always be with us. So, thank you for the invitation, sir. Our next song, final song, The Little Parakeet, and it speaks about crazy Venezuelan parakeet that goes to the bar and plays the violin. That's how crazy we are.
let's hear once more for Tumbarrancho, Venezuela. So the format of the project is that musical leaders from these communities have been coming every Tuesday night and working with us, teaching us songs from their tradition. And so we've really gotten to build relationships, and it's been a blast. And they've been very patient, because you can imagine there's some horrendous language going on. I think that the FOM coming up next is, well, at least it's not, we don't have that many words. So. But I'd like to introduce Etienne, who's here from Gansango Music and Dance.
Merci beaucoup, Etienne Kaka. Etienne, thank you so much. We say, Etienne Kaka, Mauna Komi. You guys are awesome. Now we'll go to the next one. I don't want to talk alone, but the joy, see how you bring, the love you bring is huge. All together, we can make it. I want to tell you a little bit about myself and the people who love me and I love, because my dad always said, before you love somebody, you need to love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you love somebody else? It can never happen. My name is Etienne Kako, and I'm from Benin, West Africa. You guys know what Benin is? You sure? I need to ask, how many countries you have in Africa?
55.
50? 55. Thank you. But after here, we go party. I come to Seattle 26 years ago. I met my beautiful wife, Sari Wood. We met in Africa, and she said, "Do you want to come to America?" I said, "Whoa, this is a big commitment." And we came for 1 month, I went back for 3 months, and I decided to come back. 26 years we're here. We have 2 beautiful daughters, Malaka and Neafa, and we created a company, Gansango Music and Dance. Gankeke, this is Gankeke. Asa, that is Asa. Both together is Gansango Music and Dance. Because just for those two, we all can dance for 5 days no stop. Because they make you happy, you just play this, sing and dance the whole day. But when we create the company, we need to work with people. Find good people we can work with. And I started to work with Naila. I know Naila since she was, I don't want to say it. But we started working together for 25 years now. And I met Greg, it's Dr. Greg. And we all work together and share. Because for me, I think that the culture is not just mine. We are the culture. We are the seed. When we grow together, we can make everything better. And this is the Gansango Music and Dance. You can see that's the t-shirt Naila wear. I always say, dance, happy, crazy. Yeah, because when you're crazy, you cannot dance. When you're mad, how can you dance? But when you're happy, crazy, you can dance and have fun. Thank you. Really one more song for you.
One more hand for Gansango Music and Dance. Okay, I'm so excited to bring up our next community. These are folks from GABRIELA, Seattle, which is a Filipino empowerment activist organization coming up now.
get set up, there are lyrics and English translation to the songs in the digital program, but just to give a very brief summary of all of these 3 songs. These songs are about our homeland, about our people, our longing to be with our people, a longing to be back home, and there's that sentiment for many of us here where our families, were forced to migrate from the Philippines to the U.S., and we'll share a little bit more in our sharing, but just wanted to, since I hope that you all are able to read the lyrics themselves, because they speak for themselves, but this will be our first offering, Mahapti sa Mata, which means the burning of the steam at the eyes.
Hindi
Our next song that our beautiful choir is going to join us on is Pagbabalik, which means returning or homecoming. I'm just going to share a little bit more about GABRIELA Seattle and an organization that's near and dear to my heart that I've been organizing with for almost 20 years now, as a place for Filipino women to not only come together in community, but to actually understand the root causes of suffering, the root causes that force our people to have to flee, but also a place for us to take action. And the choir is something that, as a singer and as someone who loves the arts, it's also a way for me to share our stories and our struggles. So this is also a good space for me. And thank you, Sari, for giving us this opportunity to sing and share our stories with you. I'm going to pass it over to Naya, who'll share a little bit more about her personal journey and why we must fight and continue to build community together.
Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Good evening, everyone. My name is Naya. We are all here today, right, to hear stories from our communities, celebrate our rich cultures, and find many different ways to support each other. My migration story is one like many of our people. With the worsening economic crisis in the Philippines, around 10,000 people leave the country every day to search for a better life, right? And that includes my family and the families of all migrant workers here in the US, but also across the world. our people carry the brunt of this economic crisis by really taking up labor-heavy and intense jobs, exploitative jobs, forced to assimilate and really to a country completely different than what we're used to. Subject to racism, discrimination, enduring cut hours and wage theft, lack of access to services like healthcare that does not address people's medical needs, unjusted payment, among many others. These are just some experiences that we hear from our people, our kababayan as we call it, and as part of our migration story and their experiences really in the workplace, at home, and at school. But with the increased attacks of our migrant communities, people are continuously in fear for themselves and their loved ones. But this only provides an even greater reason for us to realize that if we are together, we are the strongest. And all the things mentioned above are not unique to Filipinos, but we see it with every migrant community everywhere, especially those with us in the room tonight. And I hope that as we hear and sing songs together today, we hold these stories dear and really close to our hearts and stand in strong solidarity with the most vulnerable. And I hope it inspires us to come together and show up, especially right now. And to support and join organizations like GABRIELA and others present today to fight for a society that genuinely has its people in mind, and where people don't have to leave their home in the first place, and the Philippines that our kababayan can come home to. Thank you.
And our last song is called Balang Araw, so someday, again, on this theme of the land and the society that we want someday.
Ulang kahoy
So pulling this concert together, there was honestly some just kind of cold calls and reaching out, and some folks that I had never met, and I really don't think that we could have possibly ended up with a better group of collaborators. We've had excellent teachers working with us for the last several months. We are now going to hear from a special guest. Hopefully you've all heard that there's also going to be a collection taken today for the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project. And I'm so grateful and excited to introduce the Executive Director, Malu Chavez, is here tonight and going to speak with us a little bit about that organization. So come on up.
Well, good evening, and thank you so much, everyone. Beautiful voices. I was part of choir for over 10 years growing up, and my voice is not as beautiful. So I'm really grateful to be here with you all tonight. And to say a few words, Northwest Immigrant Rights Project, many of you are familiar, many of you are part of NERP. We have been around for over 40 years, 42 years this year. And when our work started, it was to support the Central American community. Many of our neighbors, loved ones in the area were experiencing high numbers of persecution from their home countries due to civil wars and other instabilities happening there. And here in Washington State, they were experiencing high numbers of deportations. Many of them were seeking asylum. And while our story begins with helping support community members from Central American countries, the demographics look different. Just last year in 2025, Northwest Immigrant Rights Project worked with over 100 people from over 148 different countries who speak more than 84 languages. And just to hear the amazing voices in the various languages that we heard, you know, the communities that are represented here tonight. It means a lot. As you all know, it's been talked about earlier, what's happening right now for our clients, our client communities, our loved ones, our neighbors. It's not necessarily new. The level that it's happening and the rate that it's happening, it is new, it's unprecedented. Many of you are involved with organizations doing accompaniment, going to immigration court, going to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services interviews with community members, their ICE check-ins, afraid that they may not come back to their loved ones. And so I want to appreciate all of you who have been part of NERP, who have been part of this community over the years, and how you're showing up every day. You being here tonight is showing up. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for all the work that you do and the many different ways that you show up and that you give back. I know that for our colleagues, some of them are present here tonight, my colleagues at Northwest Immigrant Rights Project, day to day we hear the stories. Thank you for sharing your story with us tonight, and I know that together we are stronger, but I also know that together we're not alone. And so for our clients, they know that they're not alone, and for our colleagues, all the advocates right now, knowing that we have a community of support like all of you here, we also know that we're not alone, and we're going to try to do our best to use our skills in defending and advancing immigrant rights every day. Thank you.
Okay, these folks are coming around. We're going to be taking a collection. There is a QR. Sophia, let me show them that bucket. This is the QR code if you'd like to just go straight to their online giving page. And of course, you also could toss cash in the bucket. Would you take a check? Yeah, to NWIRP, NWIRP. And the buckets are coming around. Thank you so much. If you would consider giving the cost of an evening's entertainment or more, that would be so much appreciated. We could even do this kind of church style with one on the aisle and we pass it down, you know what I mean? So Sophia, come out on this side and then we pass it together and then, yeah. I know church is going out of fashion, but it's helpful in this case. There we go. Pass it down. And just keep it passing all the way down this way to Sophia. There we go. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. It's working. Great. Maybe I'll play a wee jingle on the piano while this happens. Okay, there was just a great suggestion from the choir for a song, which is so appropriate. Many of us know it, and I'm going to teach it to you all while we pass the buckets. It's called Slop Buckets. Love, 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 we've got it in slop buckets. It sloshes around in there. If some spills, we don't care. But we've got plenty of love to go around. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. We've got it in slop bucket. It sloshes around in there. It sloshes around in there. Some spills, we don't care. Some spills, we don't care. 'Cause we've got plenty of love to go around. One more time. Love, love, love. We've got it in slop bucket. It sloshes. It sloshes around in there. In some spells we don't care. We've got plenty of love to go around. 'Cause we've got plenty. 'Cause we've got plenty of love to go around. One more time. 'Cause we've got plenty of love to go around. Okay, I think it's time to bring up our last community. You're all ready to go? There you are. Okay, great. Come on down. This is the Seattle Iranian choir from the Aleppo group.
Hello everyone. The first song that we're going to perform for you is called Iran Javan by Shahram Nazeri, and the lyrics is by Bijan Tarabi.
امید وطن
second song is called Sari Ghamgin by Feridun Farrokhzad and lyrics by Iraj Jannati Atayi.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the show so far. I was asked to tell a brief story of my immigration. My name is Ali. I am a member of Board of Directors of Alefwa Group, a non-profit dedicated to promoting Iranian and Persian culture. I know it's a mouthful. And also host of Seattle Iranian choir community that brings people together through music and shared heritage. Every immigration story starts with a reason. And sometimes it could be financial, political, and sometimes it can be deeply personal. Mine began with curiosity. I wanted to understand how life in the West differs from the East, and more importantly, why those differences exist. My immigration story is not that exciting in that sense that I didn't swim rivers or climb mountains or cross borders to come to the US. I got full scholarship from SMU, got my visa, and flew to Dallas, Texas to start my PhD studies in mechanical engineering. However, there were hiccups and challenges from beginning. It was June 2005 that I went to Dubai to interview for my student visa because there is no US embassy in Iran. I got there at 11 a.m. on Thursday. My first job was to find a bank and deposit $140 application fee. Since my interview was on Sunday morning and Friday and Saturday were off in Dubai. However, there was a small problem. As I landed in Dubai, a citywide power outage shut everything down. An incident never happened in over 30 years, but it happened when I got there. So the only solution was to travel to Abu Dhabi, which was a nearby city. So being in panic and being not knowing the local language, I found a van and eventually I got to Abu Dhabi at 12:30. It was the time that bank would close. In fact, when I walked in, they locked the door behind me. But anyway, I was able to deposit the money and went through the interview and got my visa. So I passed through my first challenge. In August 2005, I landed in Texas and spent the next 15 years. I got my degree, I developed my career, and I went through a lot of life experiences, including marriage and eventually divorce. In 2022, after 2 years stay in Florida, a job in a space company brought me here. But if I'm being honest, that was another reason too. As the song says, all of my exes live in Texas. That's what I'm So I escaped here. In closing, let's acknowledge that Iranian in home and abroad are experiencing very difficult times in their struggle to reach freedom and democracy for over a century. Let's keep them in your mind and prayers and wish for a free and democratic Iran. Thank you.
So the last song is called Porsun Porsun, and by Anshiraban Rohani, and the lyrics by Rahim Moini Kermanshahi.
Porsun, porsun, yawa, yawa.
because we are now going to bring everybody back up here. So let's see, GABRIELA folks, here they come. Gansango, Tumbarrancho, and we're going to do one final song. It's all played. Before we do this, just a couple of quick announcements. The first is that tonight is the end of what's our Singing in the Rain Family Choir winter session, and there will be a spring session starting up at the end of April, and that concert is going to be on the theme of transitions and passages, like life transitions, so birth, coming of age, partnership, death, all sorts of songs about the transitions of life. And anybody is welcome to sing with us, so if that's something you might be interested in, I think, I'm not sure how many of you caught it, but the digital program is a QR code. It's at the bottom of both ramps. You can catch it on your way out. But at the very end of your program, there's a link that will help. You push on the link, it will take you to sign up for the mailing list, and that's how you get news about what's coming up. We're going to take quite a few weeks off, 3 weeks off, before we get started again. And the more the merrier, so please consider a new singing hole. We'd love to invite you in. This last song we've been singing in this community for probably all 21 of our years. This is Love Makes the World Go Round, and this is written by Drew Karyakis, or Shmutzy the Clod. We did an entire concert of his songs as a good friend. He was one of the victims of the Cafe Racer shootings back in 2010. And he also was one of the best songwriters I've ever been aware of. And so I have been through this choir, really, on a mission to keep his songs alive. And I know he would be so thrilled to know that his words have been translated into Farsi and Spanish and Tagalog. So this is very exciting to be doing this song with all of these beautiful people. I'm so grateful for all of your participation, and really, it's kind of a funny cold call to get, and they were all very brave and curious and willing to take a chance on this idea, so thank you all so much. Okay, so here it is.